Hey, how you doing? It's great to be alive, and I'm glad you're alive and well. I love it when I hear Gary Vee say something like, "If you're alive, you just hit the jackpot," because out of 350 million sperms, you made it out. So it's a jackpot to be alive. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. Thank you for watching, for sharing your most precious commodity, which is time, with me. And I think this will be worth your while just to reassure or encourage anyone out there. Um, some time ago, we were in the market for a 3-row SUV, and we wanted to spoil ourselves and get something, something much more, luxurious because we're done paying homage to Japan because in the course of about 12 or 13 years, we've owned Toyotas, two Hondas, I think a Lexus, a Nissan, and whatever. So we're like, no, we're done with Japan. Let's move European. So I was researching some prestigious European brands like the Benzes and the BMs and all that. And so I was researching things like reliability. You don't want to buy an expensive car that would go bust in 2 years or 3 years. So I was searching reliability and so many other things. Now, I don't know how I landed on this article that was talking about how much car companies spend to build new cars. And the analyst estimated that companies spend between 2 billion if it's a new vehicle, and up to 7 billion if it's an all new car. If they're creating an all new model that's never existed before, they could spend up to $7-8 billion, for all new cars that needs, new gears, new suspension, new factories, either to retool the old factories or build all new factories. And he said that the duration between conception and the final copies, well, they're not called copies in auto world, they're called examples. So he said the duration between when they have the conception of the car to when you have the examples in your dealership can last anywhere between 4 to 8, 10 years. And the crazy thing was, so much goes into this process, millions of man hours, a lot of engineering going in the background, a lot of research, a lot of branding, a lot of marketing, just to get one car, you know? And what was crazy was the amount of tests, the amount of grueling tests that these prototypes have to go through. I think one time I was watching, it was an electric car, and this test actually happens with almost all electric cars. They take the cars to test the batteries in the hottest places in the world, like somewhere in the Middle East. Then they take that prototype again and take it to some of the coldest places here in Canada just to test the cars. And this is without all the inspection tests, governmental inspection tests it has to pass, reliability. All these things go through this car before it is certified to be fit for use to come, to you. And so after 6 to 7 or 8 years, when they think this car is ready, when they've certified everything, when it's gone through all manner of tests and retesting and retesting and retesting and fine tuning, when all that is done, the chief engineer signs off and the car goes into production. And a few years later, from the factories, it gets shipped and all the way to your driveway. So here's my point. If a car company would not release its BMW X7 until they know it's ready, what makes you think that God didn't think you were ready before he released you on earth? Do the math. Car company, infinite intelligence. Who could be wrong? If they would go through all these things and release a product because they know it's ready, what makes you think that God didn't think you were ready when you were released on earth? You are ready. You are ready. You don't need anybody's validation. You are ready. If you are alive, you're well and breathing. If you're alive, if you can watch this, you are ready. You don't need any validation from any person. You don't need anybody's validation. If you're alive, you are ready. I was watching MKHB, one of the biggest YouTubers, and Apple invited him to one of their facilities to test out, to see what the iPhones go through, the rigorous test that the iPhone goes through, and this was for the physical phone itself, and it was in different modes of vibration, and they were dropping it from different angles. Needless to say, they didn't drop it screen down, which is how all our phones fall. But it was crazy how the iPhone goes through all these rigorous testing before they send it to you, before you buy it. It is so interesting how humans would perfect something and won't release it until it's 100% ready. And you, a child of infinite intelligence, believe that you're not ready. What makes you think that? You are ready. Stop seeking validation from another person that breathes the same air as you. You are ready. And I know that sometimes we all have doubts. Excuse me. We all have doubts. We all have things we believe that limit us. We all have fear. But be confident that if you are alive, infinite intelligence believes that you are ready. Take hope in the fact that you are not a mistake. You are planned by infinite intelligence, so you cannot be a mistake. You are ready. I'm telling you, you are ready. You are ready. You don't need validation from anyone. I'm not saying that you shouldn't receive training. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn. But you as a person, you're ready to go. You're ready for the big leagues. You're ready for big things. You're ready for big things. You're ready for the big league. So stop listening to that voice in you that says, "Oh, I need to prepare some more." There's nothing wrong with preparation, but we can be stuck in fear that is clothed as preparation, and we never get to move. We never get to launch out. So all I want to tell you today is that you're ready. If you're alive, you're ready. Dead men don't pay bills. Dead men don't have problems. Dead men don't pay mortgages. Is what one of my bankers said to me. Said, Victor, dead men don't pay mortgages. But you're alive. You have a lot to offer. You have a lot to give. You have a lot to give. You have a lot more to give. Has it ever occurred to you that when you're speaking to someone, and you're just in the flow, and you're just speaking and you're talking, maybe you're giving them advice, and before you know it, it's like wisdom just keeps bubbling out of you, just keeps bubbling out, just keeps bubbling. And then you wonder, where is this from? It is from the infinite intelligence that's within you that is telling you that you are ready. Because you begin to think to yourself, whoa, I said something so powerful and I never learned this. I never learned this. There's a scripture I like that says, as for you, the special gift that you have received from him remains in you, and you will have no need for anyone to teach you. I think that's First John 2:27. It's such a crazy thing. You'll have no need for anyone to teach you this gift. Who taught your heart to beat? Who taught little kids how to walk? Birds don't attend flight schools. Fishes don't attend swimming lessons. Spiders spin the best web designs, and I've never seen any spider that attended the Spider-Man School of Web Design Institute. It's inbuilt. What you have is inbuilt. The gift is inbuilt. You might need to specialize and fine tune, but it's inbuilt. It's inbuilt in you. You are ready. It's inbuilt in you. Forget what they teach us in religious circles. God has left. God has left the chat. Have you noticed there's an explosion of consciousness all over the world? All over the world, where people are waking up to who they are. People are downloading information that didn't come from the four walls of religion, because God was never there in the first place. You know? So you are ready. You are ready. As for you, this gift that you have received from him remains in you, and you shall have no need for anyone to teach you. It's there in the Bible. So, what is your excuse? What is your excuse? Infinite intelligence has signed off that this person watching is ready. Signed off. Let her go. Let him go. And now you're here and somebody is telling you that you're not credit worthy. That because you because you graduated with a second class, you're not smart. And somebody will tell you that you don't qualify for credit. And someone to tell you that no, you're not the right, you don't have the right features, you don't have the right skin tone, you don't have the right this, or you're not from the right family, or you didn't go to school. Nobody has the right to label what infinite intelligence has labeled ready and good to go. No one. Don't dare, don't dare believe them. Don't you dare. I was listening to Ben Carson a long time ago. My father was watching a program called, I think, Touching Point or Thinking Point, you know, Turning Point. Yeah. So they were interviewing Ben Carson, one of the best brain surgeons from back in the day. And I remember this very, very well. I was somewhere playing and my father was watching TV, but I heard what he said. And this was early 90s or mid 90s, something like that. But Ben Carson said something. He said, this come from one of the best brain surgeons or neurosurgeons. He said that for a computer to do the work of one human brain, that is your brain. Think about this. He said for a computer to do the work of one human brain, he said the computer would have to be 200 stories tall, the size of Dallas, Texas. Your phone can process 10 trillion instructions per second. The computer that landed the Apollo space shuttle in 1969 could handle 85,000 instructions per second. Your phone can do 10 trillion. Yet someone is saying that for your computer to do the work of your brain, the computer has to be 200 stories tall, the size of Dallas, Texas. And it is true, everything in Texas is large. So, why would you allow somebody to tell you that you're not ready, that you're not worthy, to judge you by a false standard? You know how they say that if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, the fish will live its life thinking it is stupid. We have all this stupid grading system that stays with us for the rest of our lives. And we go live with our heads down thinking that I am not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. When the chief engineer, have you seen how beautiful the universe looks? How beautiful space looks out, how beautiful, you know, every night before I sleep, I watch videos of travelers, people that have gone around the world, and I don't watch the size skyscrapers and all that. I watch the nature ones, the rivers, the mountains, the North Pole, And sometimes I wonder, I'm like, this thing is so beautiful. Yet, infinite intelligence still says that you are the height of his creation. And then you allow credit score judge you, or a grading system in school judge you, or some guy or some girl judge you, or some institution put you down and say that you're not worth it. It's a lie. It's a lie. So if a car company won't release its product until they know it's ready, your proof that you are ready is that you're here. You are God's latest release. So don't put yourself down for anybody. Don't put yourself down for anybody. Don't put yourself down for anybody. I always say to my friends that we'll all die alone. We'll all die alone. We'll all be buried alone. So if people want to accompany you when you die, why should their opinions of you accompany you while you live? It is wrong. So forget what anyone has said about you. Yes, it's good to take feedback. I'm not saying don't take feedback. But your spirit is pure. The mind needs renewing, but the spirit is pure. And you are spirit. You are pure. You don't need any redemption. Forget what they say. Your spirit is pure. You do not need redemption. Your mind needs renewal from time to time. And what you're watching right now might be part of that renewal. To look at yourself and say, I am the height of God's creation. I am the best of the best, the cream of the crop. How dare somebody tell you they are not worth it? Don't believe the lie. Don't believe the lie. There's so much going on right now in the world, this versus that, and the media, trying to pit one people against another, it's just to reduce us to the level of animals. But you, as for you, the gift that you are, not just the gift that is in you, you are a gift. The gift that you have received from him remains permanently in you. And you will have no need for anyone to give you validation. Infinite intelligence took his time, crafted you. You need no validation from anybody. All right? Hope this helps. Take care. God bless. Thank you for spending time with me.